Let's talk about assigning resources. You'll notice on your overview page you don't see anything having to do with resources on here or assigning resources. You will have to click into one of the class periods that has rostered students on there in order to access resources in this button here. So if we click on this button, you will see all of the resources that have been assigned to your school. Find which one that you will be teaching, and you can go ahead and click on that to see all of the things that we have available for that. So let's just say you're teaching ancient world history. Here's all the units we have available for ancient world history. So these numbers have significance. It tells you how many resources you have in there. So there are 4 formative assessments, that's FAs. THINKS is our document analysis. There's 1 here for this unit, and then there's a CRP or a curated research paper, and there's 1. So there's your 6 resources. That doesn't include our overview and our Socratic seminar, which we will talk about. So a unit overview is just what it sounds like. It's an overview of the unit in a whole at a glance. So if we click on this PDF, it tells you there's like a disclaimer, you agree, and then it'll open up the PDF version of the unit overview. Here you can see all the things that are available to you. This is the prompt that your students will be addressing throughout the unit, and then the breakdown of different things. So your THINKS, and then your list of formative assessments here, your Socratic seminar as well. There's standard alignment, there's the CCSS standards, all of the things that you need to plan are here as well. So I just wanted to show that to you. Available as well as your THINKS, your formatives, and your CRPs, which I will get to. But your Socratic seminar is something that is to go along with all of that. That is 3 different parts. You have the student prep PDF, the self-assessment PDF, and then the teacher presentation. These 3 things you can access them at any point. Our biggest things that people use are THINKS and formative assessments in that order, and then CRPs. So THINKS is short form writing, document analysis. FAs are formative assessments, and then then CRP is the curated research paper, which this is where your students will be writing an essay and turning that in. So let's look at how to actually assign these things. I'm going to show you a brief version of all 3 of them. So for THINKS, you click the assign button. You can see what it looks like on your end first. There is a document, there's a graphic organizer for analyzing a secondary source, and then there's a graphic organizer for the targeted historical thinking skill for that topic. So if you click assign, you can choose your start and your due date. So let's say I want the start date to be today and I wanted the due date to be tomorrow. That's fine. If you want it to be the same day, that's also okay. Let's say if you want to have them only work on it for 1 day. There it is there. So as long as there's a start and a due date, you can go ahead and assign it. So I'm going to click save. It's been assigned successfully. We can do a couple of things from here. We can edit the due date. We can also assign to different other classes. So let's say that I'm teaching the same thing across all of my class periods, and I know that they're all going to work on that on the same day. I'm also then going to assign it to whichever class period that is true to. So if once again, the start and due date can be today. If we know that they need a little more time, then they can have an extra day, whatever you see fit for your students. Save, and that has also been successfully saved. So I'm going to go and show you that THINKS was then assigned here as well. Here it is as the document analysis, and then I also saved it for my period 5, so I'm going to make sure that it's there, and it is there, document analysis. So that's how you do THINKS. So for other resources, let's go to our formative assessments. It's the same kind of process, but this one is a little more in-depth, and let me show you why. So let me assign it to this period. I'm going to select the start and due date. This is all very familiar, and we're going to save it the same way. That is now assigned to this class period. If you assigned it in error, you can unassign it, and it's only assigned to 1 class period, so then I click on assign, and now the assigned date goes away from up here. So it's as easy as that. If you don't want to use the portal for some reason, or if you want the students to do this pencil and paper, you can download it as a PDF, and there's a teacher version as well. I will go over how to do the CRPs because there's a little more to it. Same start. Here are all of the pages that are available to the students. This is all the work that they're going to do. You can actually peruse through what their side will look like as well. They all get document analysis, they all get graphic organizers, and then they have a rubric to show them how they're being graded on their essay, and also an essay outline. All of it can be used, or whatever you see fit for your class is here. So we are going to go ahead and assign. The configurations here are a little bit different, and I'm going to show you why. So if you want the start date to be today, and then the due date to be, let's say they get a week, and let's say they have a little more than a week. This is a longer assignment, which is fine. So let's say they have that long. Here's something you should note. You can actually, this is a page selector. You can actually select which pages the students will see on their end. It's important to note, it's a lot of information, especially for first-time users of Thinking Nation, so it could be a little overwhelming. It's perfectly fine if you want to only slow roll the first few pages as you get them used to what the process and what you're doing. It's very important to note that you can add pages later on if you edit this, but you cannot take them away. Once it's assigned and the students have access to it, that's how they will see it. So please be very mindful of how you're choosing your pages, because once you have saved it, you will not be able to delete any of the pages. You can add pages later if needed, which is easier for a slow rollout, especially for first-time users. So I'm just going to select all the pages for now just to show you, but please know that you can page select here. This here is something else I'd like to talk about. It's an AI essay detection. If you toggle this on, our AI informed grading will scan the turned in essay to see what is the likelihood of AI being used to generate this essay by the students. Please know that it's not a 100% certainty. We're doing our best to feed the algorithm all the time with feedback and the things that we see. So just please know that it's possible for that to be there. So I'm going to go ahead and click save. And that now has been successfully assigned to my class period. Here's the start date, here's the due date. There's a teacher version here that you can download as well. Once again, if you need to also assign to, if you need to assign it to other classes, you can do that there. If you need to edit anything at any time, whether it's the due date, whether it's the page selector, which again, you can't take any pages away, but had I left some out, I can add them. I just wanted to let you see what you can edit here. And now that that's there, if I go to my class period 4, it will be assigned. Oh, I've lost her. Oh, here we go. It was right at the beginning. It will be assigned here. And according to our icon key, all of them are unopened assignments because of all the X's here.